Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and happy Friday, I think. I think this is going up on Friday. Anyway, point is, Fire Emblem Heroes has a new Mythic banner coming very, very soon. And so I wanted to sit down and just take a minute to kind of think about and see what's going to be on there. So that's what I did for you. So hit a like if you find this helpful and or interesting. Uh, 10 days before the actual thing, I think, roughly. Yeah, trying to do it early, on time. Even though, as we speak, I'm either working or elbows deep in plaster. One of the two. That's not a metaphor. I'm basically renovating my house before I have to move in like 3 weeks. Crunch time. Crunch time is what that's called. Anyway, you're not here for that, probably. What you are here for is who's coming on the Mythic banner. It is a Mythic banner this time. So this is who we know will be returning. Okay, Nana, which I think this is her first. I think this might be her first rerun. So that's Poggers. Plumeria is also here. Red seems very strong. Blue, you got Dimitri, Saros, and Peony. Blue's okay. You know, blue's pretty all right. As 2+10 Saros haver. I have 2+10 Saros, one of which is a speed build. I know. Not purely by coincidence at that point, to be honest. The first one, no, but the second one, a little bit. Blue is okay. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'd probably give it like a 3. 3 out of 5 stars. Red, I would probably go 4 out of 5, and that's just because we don't know what the third spot is. Green, Silica, and Oter. Green, as it sits, not really worth pulling, to be honest. And then for colorless, we have Ashera and Medius. Both of which very good. I think Medius is probably a little more useful to the majority of players. So there's that. But Shara is also pretty sick. So I'm a fan. I'd probably give that one a 4 out of 5. Just because Medius is that nuts, to be honest. He carries that entire color. So overall, not a bad banner. Not a bad banner, but it's not a crazy one. I would say if you were, as it stands, right before we see the new Mythic, who is likely to be very good. As it stands, I would reckon that Nana and Medius are probably the two main pickups that you're after. And I think this is also Medius' first rerun as well. So interesting. We have a little dueling for Red and Cutlass here, which is kind of cool. Unless Nana's been rerun. But I don't think that she has. I think I missed her on her first go, and I don't think I've seen her since. So that's who we've got returning. That's who we know is coming back, right? Upcoming, and this actually does include everybody up through the Amir banner, the Amir and more, plus Ascended Silica. There's a lot happening in that banner. Valentian Est is there. It's a whole thing. And the reason why we can fit that in is because all of our red new heroes since the Fallen banner have been demotes. So Kent, demote. Kamui, demote. And if you're like, the Fallen banner, that's only 2 new heroes. That's weird. Yeah, it's primarily because we've just been in this endless sea, pun intended, of summer heroes. So it, there is like a solid 30-day period where we just straight up did not have any new heroes. It was just special heroes after special heroes. But that time has passed us now. as is apparent from my video from yesterday. I think is when that went up. I'm not really sure when stuff is going up at this point. I'm just kind of at the mercy of when things drop. I have them ready, and if I can fit it in that day, I fit it in that day. Anywho, point being, this is as up to date as we can get, and you can see we have a 4-piece on every color except blue for the upcoming, and we have a 2-piece on every color on returning except blue. So theoretically, well, not theoretically, realistically, we have an even number represented here, which is nice, perfectly balanced, and it only took 3 months to do. It only took a quarter of the year for them to balance the availability of units. How about that? That's pretty sick if you ask me. So there's a couple of things that I think are a little bit telling here. We do have a rerun for Nana. We do have a rerun for Medias. If I had to pick, there's a good shot, okay, that Marita, Ascended Marita, comes back in red. And there's also Fallen Rhea, who likely will show up in colorless because tiny girl with, you know what I mean. She's down there, the colorless one. She's down there, and I don't know how to say her name. I'm sorry. I think people keep telling me it's Teeny or Tiny. Teeny? I don't remember anymore. But her name means small, so I mean that's it's enough for me. Anyway, point is, she is on a skills banner, I think, right now, and so I don't think they would do that because then you would technically have her on rate up for like half of the month, which is kind of crazy to me. So I don't think she'll be on there. I think they'll probably skip over to Fallen Rhea, in my humble opinion. And if you look at ascended options, we don't have very many. It's really just Marita for the most part. Every banner so far has had an ascended character on it, when applicable or available. And so I feel like they're probably going to continue that trend. Low key, kind of hoping that it's not Marita. I'm hoping that the new Mythic is red. I understand that that is not a realistic or viable expectation for me to have. But here I am. That's what I got. I'm hoping that's red. Because that would make red really, really nice for me to just kind of roll on. And if I got a spark something, I got a spark something. If there's something new in red that I don't have already, there's a good shot that I could maybe pick one up and then also spark. Because the summon videos on characters that I don't really care that much about for the content, as it were, I usually just go to spark and call it a day. Even I've left legendary and mythic banners at a rate up of like 13-14%. Sometimes it's not worth it. Okay, sometimes it's just not worth it, and I get jaded and I just don't want to anymore, if at all, to be honest with you. But point is, red would be really nice. I don't think that's likely to happen. I think they're probably, if it's not a new mythic, probably going to bump Marita in there, so we do have an ascended hero, and then colorless they'll probably pump Rhea in first. And then they'll probably just tease out because the next couple months we have pretty open availability for colors. They'll probably tease out the ascended characters there. Which, as a side note, there's a lot of colorless ascended heroes. Has anybody else noticed that? It's weird. It's like they're trying to pump up the colorless pool because it's so bad. It is so bad. As someone who has pulled a lot on colorless for the last 90-ish days, it's so bad. It's so bad. It is bad. It's so bad. Anyway, either way, colorless has a lot of good options. Okay, especially for ascended florets if they go literally that far. Green has some options. Speed Res Menace is kind of cool, right? That's kind of kooky and fun. But we do know that nobody's coming back in blue. So this is more or less kind of what I'm assuming we'll see as a prediction, minus of course the Mythic Hero. Now, who is going to be the Mythic Hero? That's the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I will default to things like Anankos, right? I will default to things like actual Grima. I will default to things that don't make a lick of sense, like Legendary Robin, who is actually Grima but is legendary, or Eitri, for example, who is also a legendary hero, um, but definitely I think curtails more towards the mythic side of things. It's just it's confusing. It's confusing. Um, no rhyme or reason, honestly. There's really no rhyme or reason. Maybe that's a conversation for a different video. I think it probably is. Again, I don't know who the mythic will be, but the prediction panel to the far left, far right of your screen. I know my lefts and rights. To the far right of the screen is probably what it will look like with an addition of either a red, green, or colorless mythic. If I had to pick, I'd probably say it would be. I'm hoping it's red, but maybe they'll shock everyone and just do green. That'd be kind of wacky, huh? That'd be pretty weird. In what I would consider to be the weakest color option, they'll put a mythic in. Probably not, and hopefully not, because that would be very bad value for literally everybody. Uh, but yeah, that is the mythic banner that's coming up in a little over a week. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. I hope you found this a little bit helpful or just some fun for a nice little refresher. But either way, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, ring bell, put on notifications, all of those things. But I got to get the heck out of here. So thanks again for watching, and until then, I will catch you next time.